family. Today we're going to be doing the steady state range test on the Magician Alpha Mini. If this is the first time watching my channel and first time being introduced to the Magician Alpha Mini, I'm going to quickly go over some of the specs on the bike. I'm not going to go over all of them. We'll start on the wheels. This bike rides on 20 by 4-inch wheels. Those are 4-inch fat tires. The brand on those tires are either, they're interchangeable. They're the Allscapes, Ultraverse, Black Cat, but they're very popular, but very good all-terrain tires. As a side note, though, I will be changing those tires to road tires, and I'll explain that as we ride. But the brakes are hydraulic brakes. They ride on these big rotors. You have full suspension. Suspension is adjustable, which I like. If we come back, it has a 20 amp hour battery in the down tube and a 10 amp hour battery in the rear rack. This model, my model, came with a drop post. It has for me, a good seat. I know some people don't like it, but I like it. I like that style of seat. I don't like those big fat round seats. Again, I'm not a big fat guy, so I don't need a big seat. Anyway, BMX style handlebars. I added the rack. We're gonna go over a couple of things that I added. I added the rack, I added the mirrors, I added the phone charger, and I also added, and I'll show you, I added this aftermarket alarm. It's loud as heck. That's the alarm. Also has that horn if you need it, because the bike does not come with a horn. I also added turn signals that all that stuff I'm gonna show you down, and I'll put it in the description below. But right now, here's the game plan. In my steady state range test, I ride under 28 miles an hour. And the reason I do that is because it allows you to do a comparison. Let me unlock the bike before I forget. A comparison with other e-bikes. There's a lot of e-bikes. There's more e-bikes that are class 2, class 3 than they are unlimited e-bikes. So if you have a class 3 or class 2 e-bike, you can compare what I'm gonna do today. Now, here's some of the parameters. I live in Florida. It is flat. We're gonna go over a few bridges, which is the only hill test that we do here. And I'm a 150-pound rider. So, and today's not a windy day, right? There's very little wind. So just you keep that in mind. So I should get some decent range today, and we will see. But right now, let's go ride, my beautiful people. All right, guys. One thing I'm gonna test out too is we're at 99% battery. I was trying to kill the battery on my phone before I go on the ride, but it wasn't draining enough. But we're at 99%. We'll see if this actually charges the phone. As I mentioned before, that's one of the things that I look at, because I've learned that a lot of these won't charge it. A lot of these USB ports, all they'll do is hold what you currently have. There's a few that actually drain it. So, and you can, I don't remember which one it is. Right now, I read so many bikes, but just keep that in mind. Some will actually drain your phone. So just be careful with that. Today, we're gonna see if this one actually charges it, keeps it at 99, because I'm not dashing, so I won't have a need to take this phone off, or if it actually drains the phone. Again, this bike, just to recap, if you didn't see my initial review, this bike does not charge to 100%. It'll charge to 98, but barely. It usually gets to like here, 97. I just turned it on and it's at 97%. So just keep that in mind as we're riding. It will not charge at 100%. As I mentioned, we're going to I got to open the gate, but we're going to ride in a steady state. I'm not going to go over 28 miles an hour unless I really have to, like because of traffic or something. Let me hit this button to open this gate. So this is what I like about this bike. It's nimble. I can get around very, very easy. I couldn't do this with the Alpha or the Wired Scout because they're just too big. Now, a couple of things that, as a reminder, I'm gonna ride in Eco. Eco takes me up to 28 miles an hour. I'm in Cadence mode. I didn't put it in torque because in Cadence, I don't ghost pedal. So I still keep tension on the pedals. So for me, it's almost like it feels, the cadence sensor on this bike feels a lot like a torque sensor. And for me, it gives me a better ride because when I'm dashing, it won't matter. Now I can use it in torque or keep it in torque or keep it in cadence. When I do a ride like this, it really won't matter. And the other thing I'm gonna do, wow, roads are empty. The other thing I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna pedal the entire time. I'm not gonna use the throttle. This bike is a pedal bike. I'm a pedal guy. I like to pedal. So today I will be pedaling. I'll be pedaling the entire time. All right, here's the game plan. Game plan is to go out to the beach. We're gonna go out to Dania Beach, go through John Lloyd's Park. We'll head south from there on A1A, as far south as I can go until I get to about 50% battery. And depending on where I'm at, we'll head back from there, or if I'm not too far out, then we'll wait till 40%. The other thing I'm not concerned of going dead on this bike, as I mentioned before on my initial review, if the battery dies on this bike, it's not a big deal because you can easily pedal this bike. So if you have to pedal home, you can pedal home. It's not gonna kill you. So, and that for me, that's a big plus. The other thing I wanna discuss is the following. On my initial review video, I got a ton of questions asking to compare this bike to the Minigo and the Anioki 72 volt. I am going to do a comparison with those bikes. It's just a matter, what I wanna do with the comparison is I wanna get two other riders that are similar weight and height as me. So I have one, which is gonna be my son, although he's about 15 pounds heavier than me, but I'll just put some weight on the bike. But I need another volunteer. So if you're watching and you wanna ride these bikes, go on a steady state ride, send me a message and see if we can coordinate that. That way, so in that comparison, what I wanna do is compare the range, even though there's no comparison when it comes to the range, either with the Anioki or with the Minigo. But everything else we could, I'm interested to see, for example, the acceleration. Which one will accelerate faster? This bike, the Anioki, or the Minigo? Top end speed, which one will have better top end speed? This bike, the Anioki, or the Minigo? So also climbing power. We'll go out to Vista View Park. Which one can climb the fastest? So those are the things that I want to do. Plus we'll compare sizes, right? Between this, the Anioki, and sizes, the braking power. That's another big one. Which one has better braking power? So we're gonna do all that as soon as I find one more rider. We will compare these bikes. But for right now, as I mentioned, and I know I was surprised, there was a lot of people that were not giving me pushback, but But a lot of people were saying that the Mini Go is a better bike than this. And I'm gonna greatly, or aggressively, let me put it that way, disagree with that. It's not a better bike, it's a different bike, but this one has a lot of things that are better. Now, keep it in mind that I am a pedal guy, right? I need to pedal. That Mini Go, it's not a pedal bike at all. So this one, I don't have to pedal if I don't want to, but if I want to, I could. And that Mini Go, you can do the same. I mean, you can pedal those little cracks, but you're not getting any assistance. With this one, I'm gonna get assistance. And here's the difference. You're gonna need assistance with this one if you wanna get some range. But anyway, we'll go into all that when I do the comparison between the two bikes. Right now, I wanna ask you the question. How many miles you think I'm gonna get on this Alpha Mini with the current parameters that I gave you, right? I'm a 150-pound rider. Today is not super windy. We're gonna ride mostly flat. And we're not gonna go faster than 28 miles an hour. So as I mentioned, eco mode, like right now, I'm at 27 miles an hour. That's probably where I'm gonna stay at. If I pedal hard, I will get faster than that, but I'm gonna keep it under 28 miles an hour. And I'm gonna guess that my average speed is going to be around about 22 to 25 when it's all said and done. Because as you can see, there's no traffic. There's not gonna be a lot of need for me to go slower than 20. Only when I get to the park and when I go through the trail will I be going slower than this. But for the most part, we will be under 28 miles an hour. I'm actually gonna go into the settings and change the power distribution on this because I'm noticing that I'm lightly pedaling and we're getting up to 28 miles an hour. So let's change that. So let's go into the settings. Here it is. So right now I have it in PSA 1, which is eco mode. It's at 20%. I'm gonna drop that to 15%. I dropped it to 15%. So now we'll see. Yeah, this is better. I'll bring it back up to 20% after this ride, but oh, you know what else? I'm a dumbass. I should have just put it in torque. So let's do that. Oh, shoot, guys, I screwed up big time. I'm gonna have to measure from Griffin to my house. From Angler, because I forgot to turn on Strava. I'll turn it on now. That was a big mistake, guys. But we'll measure it. I gotta remember, Angler to my house. Oh, actually, let me just pull over. I'll do it right now. See how many miles it is. Just so I can put it on here. 3.7 miles. So it's 3.7 miles. So we gotta add 3.7 miles to whatever we get here. And here's the thing, guys, we only went 3.7 miles, and the battery is already showing 89%. It's not really 89%, or at least I don't think it is. But I originally wanted to do the A1A Coastal route, Classic Coastal. It's called the A1A Coastal Classic route, which is going here and going north on A1A towards Fort Lauderdale, Pompano, Lauderdale by the Sea, Deerfield, Boca. But there's a triathlon going on right now, and that route is closed. So that's why we're gonna go south. The major difference going south is that, or the difference between north and south is that going north, you're riding right on the beach. South, we're not. Look at this guy, doesn't use his turn signals, my goodness. He passed me too, he knew I was coming. Anyway, guys, this is Dania Beach. This is the city of Dania Beach. We're gonna be taking Dania Beach Boulevard east towards the beach in a minute. All right, so this is Dania Beach Boulevard. We're taking this out to the beach. But we're gonna hit John Lloyd's Park. We're gonna ride inside John Lloyd's Park and I'll show you that. So another reason why I really like this bike, guys, like now, right? I'm in torque sensor. I'm doing 24 miles an hour, but I'm getting a workout, all right? Look at that e-bike. Which one's that one? I couldn't see. But I'm getting a workout. So here's part of the park, right? This is the mangroves. This is a really beautiful area. But anyways, as I was saying, you can get a decent workout if you wanted to, which is what my goal is for today. And it's a very comfortable ride. I like the riding position. Now, if you're taller than me, you're probably gonna wanna raise the handlebars a bit. It's a little bit of a cloud, not a little bit, it's a cloudy day, but I like it because it takes the sun off of me. Because it's Florida, guys, it's starting to get hot. There's the Intercoastal. There's the port right there, that's Port Everglades. Dania Beach Pier Marina is right there. And we're going to the park. And then we'll ride the trails out to the marina. Beautiful day, look at that, that sea is flat. And that is rare for the Atlantic. Very common over at the Gulf. But here, to have that water that flat, that's pretty cool. Busy, busy morning today. I wonder if I can cut through here. I don't wanna wait in this line. I guess I got no choice but to wait in the line. All right, so it wasn't that bad. And I just read that you cannot fly a drone here, and I was gonna fly my drone. But I'll find a spot to fly the drone. All right, so far we've gone 8 miles, and we're at 83% battery. But I think now we'll start to see a lot less of the battery dropping. I may have to stop and get some water. Because my throat's dry right now. This is a great park, man. You guys come to Florida, you wanna hang out at some really nice beaches, come to this park. So up here, if I'm not mistaken, is Whiskey Creek. And here you can rent kayaks, paddle boats, or paddle boards, and you can go out there. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, actually, no, this is the launch. This is where you launch from. You can also rent a pontoon boat. Yeah, this is where they launched their boats from. All right, so we gotta go a little further west to get to, further north to get to Whiskey Creek. Yeah, see, no drone use prohibited. Yeah, water, man. We're gonna ride out there in a little bit. I just wanna go to the end. Here's the Coast Guard. Coast Guard Station. Nova University. There's a fishing pier there. We're gonna stop there a little bit. So this dead ends right here. And we're gonna take this trail here. There's that beach. All right, for those that are wondering how this bike does in sand, you're gonna find out now. This is sugar sand. Good morning. Well, it slides, whoa! Almost busted my butt. Almost busted my butt there. See, this is what I talk about when I hear these uninformed, ignorant people when they talk about e-bikes and how they should be regulated. You can't do X, Y, and Z. I'm following the cyclist. I'm doing 20 miles an hour. He is pulling away from me, so he has to be doing faster than 20 miles an hour. And he's on a pedal bike, guys. And we might, when we go on A1A, find these group rides of these cyclists that are doing 35 to 45, not 45, between 30 and 35 miles an hour on their pedal bikes. So when you hear these dumb people, oh, you can't have a motor that goes X, Y, and Z, it's not about the motor, guys. If you want to regulate something, regulate speed just like you do a car, right? There's speed limits for cars. That's the proper legislation, is to regulate speeds. If you want to regulate speed on a trail, like Florida just did that. If you're on a sidewalk and I think the max speed limit on a sidewalk is 15 miles an hour. When you're approaching someone, you got to give an audio, some type of audio warning, and then you got to slow down even more when passing them. Okay, I don't like regulations, but I can accept that, right? Not what California is trying to do now, not what Jersey did. That's just idiotic, man. That just shows how dumb these politicians are. And most of them are just bowing down to Karens. These people that want to get into everybody's life. People that don't understand that it is individuals, not instruments, right? Not the bike. And I'm gonna go back to gun regulation, not the gun. It's individuals that are responsible, and we should hold them responsible. Anyways, let me get off my rant because my blood starts to boil. It just drives me insane. Now again, I'm gonna repeat what I said. That guy's easily going 21 miles an hour and he's pulling away from me. I have not gained the gap. Now I'm gonna try to pass him. So I'm gonna go 28 miles an hour, but. All right, so now guys, we're gonna go ahead and head south. We're at 78% battery. We've gone over 10 miles. Now we're gonna head south. All right, for those that were asking, this does charge the phone because I'm at 100% battery. So it does charge it. All right, guys, this Tiki restaurant here, phenomenal. Very good seafood. All right, we're entering the city of Hollywood. So we're gonna take this down to Sheridan, and then Sheridan, we're gonna head out west, way west in Broward County, because church starts in about an hour, and I gotta try to make it out there before church starts. So, and hopefully I can make it. If not, I have to catch the noon service. Man, but this bike is phenomenal, man. Really, really like it. Because it's so versatile, like I mentioned. If you want to throttle, you can throttle. If you want to pedal and get some exercise like I am today, you can pedal. And you can cover some ground, right? Oops. You can definitely cover some ground. We're just gonna see how much range we can cover today. You can tell that we're in and a weird time of the year because it's a Sunday morning, and normally in the summer peak season, right? Spring break, summer, man, this place is packed. Hard to find parking. You got plenty of parking everywhere right now. Look at that, that's empty. Now there is a trail that goes inside here that'll take you out to the boardwalk. I've done that ride before. You can check out, I did a video, I think it's titled Dania Beach Ride, and you can check that out. But right now, like I said, I need to head out west. I think I'm gonna make it so I can watch my service and then continue with this ride. Hopefully gonna have enough miles or enough battery. But if not, then we'll just pedal home. Like I had his e-bike, his beach chairs, ready to spend the day on the beach. I love it. All right, guys, this is Sheridan Street. On this street, we got 2 parks. This one coming up here on my right, and then there's one a little further down to my left that I will point out in a little bit. And then from here, you can see the Hollywood water tower. Annie Cobb Natural Center is right there. Again, I've taken you guys through there before. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. Look at that. That's Fort Lauderdale down there, and that's Hollywood, downtown Hollywood. So this is Westlake Park. The other park that I was talking about is right here. All right, we're heading west. We're gonna take Sterling. I think I'm gonna take this up to 441. 441, we're gonna go up to Griffin and then Griffin to the church. We're gonna be cutting it close. I might be there 10 minutes late, but that's fine. I'll have my son save me a seat, but I'm gonna be a little sweaty. So I'm sure you guys are very familiar with this area if you follow the channel. This is Dania Beach, specifically the Dania Point area. This is where I spend a lot of time when I'm dashing because it's a great spot to dash. And Sterling Road, I love it because it's been recently paved and they put some nice bike lanes on here. All right, we're at 15 miles so far. We're at 70% battery. Keep putting in the comments what you think my range is gonna be at 30%. Because I may not go under 30. I may be forced to go under 30, but I'm gonna try not to go under 30% on the battery. I tell you what, I'm gonna freeze in that church. Like I said, I'm sweating, and they make that church so cold so people don't fall asleep. All right, guys, we're at over 20 miles. We're at 63% battery. Over 20, 63% battery. Do you guys want to stick to your guesses or you want to change them? All right, guys, this is Davie West. I live in Davie East. This is Davie West, also known as horse country. When I first moved here 30 years ago, more than 30 now, 30 something years ago, this was all farms, mainly horse farms. Now, not so much. Which for me is kind of sad. But it is what it is. It's a large nursery here. Here's one of the horse farms. Look at that beautiful horse. There's his partner too, man. Gorgeous horses. Beautiful. We used to see a lot of that out here. Like I said, times have changed. Here's another one. Although that barn is run the heck down, man. Stall rentals here. Just don't see the horses that we used to see back in the day. I know, for example, on my property, I had a horse, but I forget the name of it. One of the hurricanes was coming through, so we moved that horse to Ocala, and we just left it there. And that's what I think a lot of people did. They moved their horses up there, and then they just left them up there. Damn, I turned north at Flamingo, and it's like dead. The wind like stopped. Oh, it's picked up a little bit now. But it's weird, because normally Florida's very windy. But it's like there's no wind, which is good. It'll help a little bit on the battery. And let's just check again where we are. We're at 30 miles and we're at 54% battery. And we're almost at the church. I made it way early. I thought I was gonna be 10 minutes late. I'm gonna be 10 minutes early, which is good. And I just remembered that I don't have to freeze inside because I'm sweaty. They do have an outdoor section. So I'm just gonna sit outside and enjoy the service. But man, what a beautiful day today to ride. And I like it because it's overcast. You know, if those clouds weren't there, I'd be dying right now because I didn't bring any water. See, look at those group rides. If I were to get behind those guys right now, they're doing 30 plus miles an hour. And nothing against that. More power to them, you know? It just drives me insane when Karens and politicians want to blame an incident on the bike. It's not the freaking bike. It's the person on the bike. Oh, Lordy. Lord, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a beautiful day. And it's gonna be even better because I'm gonna have an opportunity to enjoy church. Thank God for all the blessings he has given me. Damn, I forgot. I could have gone inside that, and I don't have to be on Flamingo because these cars fly by you. Although this bike lane is pretty good. All right, I made it here. Over 30 something miles. Because remember, we gotta add 3 miles to that. So let's say that's 29. So 32 miles. We still got 52% battery. I'm gonna enjoy service and then we'll head home. I'm about 10 miles from the house. Thank you.
Try to get a head start.
All right, that was a great service. Great service. All right, we still got a lot of riding to do.
Okay.
Only got 50% battery. I got 20. Oh, it says 59, but just because it's been resting. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and continue west. So from here to my house is about 8 miles, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not gonna knock down 30% battery in that time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head south and then west and then see where we are in terms of range. But yeah, it was a great service. Great service. All right, we're gonna head west now towards Western. I'm sorry. We're gonna head west towards Weston and check out some of the houses out here, some beautiful houses over here. I might go inside this park as well, just take a quick look. Actually can't go that way. Let's see in here. Let's go inside this park if it's open. It's open. Long key. Let's see. I don't think I've been here. If I have, I don't remember. But we'll check it out. It's nothing over here, just parking. Or maybe not. Maybe there is a trail. Oh, no, it's chained. There's a trail there, but you can go that way. So here we go. We do have some trails there. It's more like hiking trails. Oh, this is closed too. No, it's in the. I wish I could sit like a lady. All right, really, pretty much nothing in here, or nothing that I can ride through. Look at this. I like it. I see these two people all the time. I love it! Enjoy! A couple that rides together stays together. All right, my beautiful people. I'm less than, let's say 800 meters from the house. So right now, oh, I gotta give you the final number. So let me wait till I get to the house. Well, family, we are back, we are done. Man, I could not have timed it any better. 30% battery left. And let's look at our numbers. Man, it was a great, great ride. I loved it. It was a great church service too. Okay, so total distance, 46.7. And remember, we have to add 3.7 miles. So over 50 miles we got on this one charge. We rode for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Average speed is 20 miles an hour with a max speed of 39 miles an hour. Those were me trying to cross intersections, you know, gunning across intersections or catching a light. That's why I went fast, but those weren't that often. But here's one thing you guys have to keep in mind, right? In terms of range. We got 30% left. I don't like to go below 30 just because I like to conserve the battery. Anytime you go below that, you start to really put some damage on that battery. But can I get more miles if I take it down to, let's say, 10%, add another, 20% of battery? Hell yeah, man. I can probably, we got 50. I would say we can get 70 miles if we ride just like this. Now just another thing to keep in mind. This entire time, it was pedal. If you want to see what the ranges are in throttle, then check out one of my dashing videos because most of those are all throttle. And I will do one more range test of steady state on complete throttle, all throttle. So we will do that. But yeah, it was great. And the last thing I'll say is, because I get people all the time talking about how you can get a lot more range on an Anioki, etc. Of course, Anioki is known for their range. You're talking a big difference between 30 amp hours and 70 amp hours, right? But anyways, guys, fun ride. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, ride, hustle, repeat.